A Mississippi museum was nominated for an amazing award as of 2025.
The Mississippi State Department of Health has announced its new state epidemiologist to take over.
The 67th annual Grammy Awards are finally here, and a certain someone will be hosting once again for the 5th time in a row. Stay tuned to find out what this mystery person and event is.
The Hines Bulldogs faced off with the East Central Community College with an amazing match.
Locally owned, always local. This is WHUC News 7 live at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for another WHUC News 7 newscast at 6 p.m. I'm Nicholas Lofton.
And I'm Kamara Yassine. Topping the news at this hour, with the recent wildfires of Los Angeles, victims will now be able to receive a one-time payment of $770. This was announced by former President Joe Biden after 2 weeks since the fires began. The funds are intended to cover essentials like water or baby formula. Those impacted must apply through disasterassistance.org.
The popular app TikTok that was set to be banned has made a comeback. President Donald Trump signed an executive action to delay the TikTok ban for 75 days. This comes after the app was deemed a threat to the United States national security, first made by the Trump administration back in 2020.
Since 2024, Mississippi has invested more than $2.2 million in 35 recipients statewide, and has now announced another investment that will go towards 10 high schools and districts' statewide career programs. The programs that the investment will go towards are manufacturing, industrial maintenance, energy, and construction programs.
Dr. Raina Dotson has been named Mississippi's new state epidemiologist. The Mississippi State Department of Health had announced this in a press release. Dotson is the first black woman to assume the role of state epidemiologist. She will soon replace Dr. Catherine Taylor, who took over in 2023.
Well, Nicholas, have you been a fan of the cold weather that's been happening recently?
Yes, I have. I do really like cold weather.
Well, we're going to take it over to our weatherman, Jermaine Smiley, who will tell us a little bit more about the cold season.
We're starting the day off with some thick fog, but don't worry, it will gradually clear up as we move along throughout the day. Expect temperatures to climb into the low to mid 60s with mostly clear skies. There's no need for rain gear today. It's going to stay nice and dry. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jermaine. Well, what do you think about the weather that he just talked about?
I do really like cold weather, but I prefer to stay indoors and sipping on some hot chocolate.
Me too. I always wear my boots outside.
Coming up, a new virus is taking its height in America. Find out what that virus is.
A local museum may be up for a very honorary award yet again.
Stay tuned.
Out of the loop of things happening around Hines, subscribe to our WHUC YouTube channel at WHUC News 7 Hines Community College. There you can find the latest news stories happening around the area, across the state, and more. Also, your latest weather authority forecast to start your day ahead and see what's going on in the world of sports. Plus, you can also watch our newscasts from day to night, replays of Real Talk and WHUC Sports Journal. Check it out today on your mobile device or your computer. Locally owned, always local, WHUC.
Welcome back to the WHUC News 7 newscast at 6. Mississippi Civil Rights Museum has been nominated for the Best History Museum in the 2025 USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Last year, the state's Civil Rights Museum was nominated for the same category, but placed 4th in the country by USA Today readers. Voting began January 13th and ends February 10th.
Billionaire Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has a new target in its sights for trimming federal spending, that being the U.S. penny. The U.S. spends about 3 cents to make 1 cent, which obviously isn't efficient. Pennies are mostly made of zinc with a copper exterior, While zinc prices fluctuate from year to year, it makes it difficult to stay consistent.
The spread of influenza A, COVID, norovirus, and RSV is at a high across most of the U.S. The quademic of illness has caused a more active virus season than last year, with Mississippi being one of many states to have the highest cases of the flu. Hospitals have begun to restrict visitors and require masks in certain settings to prevent the spread of viruses.
The former Mississippi State Auditor and the first Republican to hold statewide office since Reconstruction has died. Pete Johnson was an auditor from 1988 to 1992. He originally won the office as a Democrat but switched parties in 1989 after trying to represent Mississippi's second congressional district in the U.S. House of Representatives and losing twice. Pete Johnson decided to seek the office of State Auditor.
The Heinz CC Animation and Simulation Design, aka Game Design, were participating in a 48-hour game jam. The students have built this game from scratch with the theme being bubbles. Watch as students and professionals connect with this fun event. This is the first time a site from Mississippi is involved in this long-running competition/gathering. Do you know what's going on at the U, Kamaria?
No, I actually don't, Nicholas.
Well, our correspondent, Jacoby Johnson, is going to give you the scoop on all things Heinz Utica.
Students here on the Heinz Utica campus are preparing to travel to Birmingham, Alabama for the first Thurgood Marshall College Fund Workforce Summit. Their students will be able to connect with other historical black community colleges and have the opportunity to partner with various companies. The Heinz Utica Agricultural Greenhouse is making its comeback once again. The greenhouse was previously shut down, but now students will be able to plant again. Currently, it is under construction and will be receiving new tables and sprinkling systems at the Innovative Center. Students will have a chance to check out the Dr. Martin Luther King virtual reality experience all week and even make an empowerment shirt at the Fab Lab. New Poetry Club is coming to Heinz Utica. Students will be able to express themselves in spoken word and poetry. There will be a meeting held in the Student Union on Tuesday for more information on how to join the club. Also, every Tuesday in the Student Union, students will be able to relax and socialize with games. The games that will be featured are board games, card games, and game consoles. Make sure to come out and enjoy. That's all for You in the Know. Now back to Kamaria and Nicholas.
Thanks, Jacoby. We will now take it over to Evan Stewart for our college news.
Tuskegee University launches Alabama's only HBCU aviation program to train black pilots. Students will train on the motor field where the Tuskegee Airmen once trained. College enrollment in the United States has risen for the first time since pre-pandemic. The total enrollment rose to 4.5%, which is about 817,000 students. This comes after the enrollment of students declined in the last few years. Mississippi State University and the U.S. Naval Meteorology and Oceanography Command recently signed an educational partnership agreement to expand educational and job opportunities in Mississippi. The agreement will focus on geosciences, data science, and other various disciplines, and they will also provide a mechanism for Mississippi State University students to learn from CNOMSC's staff expertise and technological capabilities. Heinz Raymond Cheer Team captivated the UCA National Championship in the Open Small Code Game Day Division with a score of 90.7 and 0 deductions. This comes under the leadership of first-year head coach Caden Adcox. This win has truly set a new standard for the amazing Heinz Raymond Cheer Team. Back to you all.
Thanks, Evan. The major snowstorm that has hit recently has greatly impacted many places and people's lives, like Florida, New Orleans, and Louisiana, having up to 10 inches of snow. New Orleans hasn't had this much snow since 1895. Government offices, schools, and other places have closed because of this below freezing weather.
Speaking of weather, let's take it over to our weatherman, Jermaine Smiley, that will give us a full look at weather.
With your Heinz very own local forecast, this is your WHUC Weather Authority.
Looking at Utica's weather today, we have mostly cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 44. Utica right now is 52 degrees, mostly clear skies, humidity 83 with a dew point of 47. The barometer is 29.94 with a wind speed of 2 miles per hour and a peak wind at 5. Utica's tonight, the sunset will set at 5:34 and the low will be at 44. There will be a new moon, patchy fog, and tomorrow's sunrise will be around 6:56. Utica's tomorrow weather will be mostly cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 55. Now looking at the 3-day outlook, it's going to be mostly cloudy for the next 3 days, while Thursday we'll have slight showers. Taking a look at our 12-hour forecast, there's going to be little to no rain in the Jackson area. Now taking a look at our 24-hour cast, still no rain. Back to you, Kamara.
Thanks, Jermaine. We will be right back after this break.
Welcome back to another WHUC News 7 Newscast at 6. Central Mississippi is taking measures to positively impact the funding for homelessness resources. An annual survey was conducted by the Central Mississippi Continuum of Care to count the homeless population in specific regions. This information is used to request more funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in hopes to provide more services for homelessness.
In Madison County, engineers have been working on over a dozen road projects throughout the county. Engineers have recently updated the Madison County Board of Supervisors, informing on the progress that they made in the last 3 months and what they plan to do for the next 3 months. East of I-55 is one of the road projects that is the most challenging happening in the county.
Jackson Public Schools teachers have received more than $102,000 in grants through the Public School Mini Grants Program. The grants will go towards 26 innovative classroom projects across 13 Jackson Public Schools. Since 1990, the Mini Grants Program has granted $2.1 million to support efforts in JPS classrooms.
The Jackson Police Department is taking new measures to ensure you and your family are safe. New blue light cameras have been installed throughout the city with higher crime rates. With so many cases of hit and runs with few witnesses, this is here to help immensely with that problem.
I'm sure that the city will greatly appreciate this new safety measure to keep them safe. Now, let's take a dive into the world of entertainment with Kai Beard.
Kai?
The 67th Annual Grammy Awards are here. The host will be Trevor Noah for the 5th consecutive time in a row. Known for Best Hosting, Comedy Central. This will be front and center for the award show to be hosted at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles for the February 2nd, 2025 Grammy Awards. When a movie editor named David J. So had confessed using AI when trying to change some of the parts of the actors, he had sparked an online debate about the impact of technology on the arts. He wasn't the first and surely won't be the last as he continued using AI in his filmmaking. One of the most awaiting titles of the year is Grand Theft Auto 6, rumored to hit the screen sometime in 2025, set in the vibrant, chaotic street of Vice City. The game is expected to feature compelling plot and intertwines the lives of the protagonists, also giving its players base tons to see and do. Many people have been awaiting for this so long, and hopefully it will live up to their expectation it has given us. Also, Sting, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers are going to perform at the Fire Aid benefit concert. It will be for the Los Angeles wildfire relief, scheduled to take place at the Institute Dome in Inglewood, California on January 30th. That's all I have for you in the world of entertainment. Back to you, Kamaria and Nicholas.
Thanks, Kai. Now let's see what's going on in the sports world with Tyrese Jewell.
Right now, this is your WHUC Sports, Hines' very own.
The Hines Bulldogs faced the East Central Community College Monday in the J.D. Boyd Gymnasium, taking home the win with an amazing score of 78-69. The Bulldogs secured their third win of conference play, bringing their record 2-3 in conference. The Lady Bulldogs also won against the East Central Community College with a score of 64-62. Securing their first conference win makes their conference record 1-4. Both Hines Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs will face off Itawamba Community College in Fulton, Mississippi on February 3rd. The Jackson State University football team celebrates a big win for the Tigers. The Tigers made history after winning the Crooked Celebration Bowl for the first time in program history. The JSU Tigers defeated South Carolina State Bulldogs with score being 28-7. Former NFL Super Bowl champion of Mississippi native Terrell Buckley has been named the newest football coach for Mississippi Valley State University. The College Football Hall of Famer and Super Bowl champion recently served as the head coach of the Orlando Guardians of the XFL, as well as coached Florida State in 2007. Hopefully, Buckley can bring forward a win for the Delta Devils. Teenage snowboarder Hiroto Ojiwara makes history for landing the first ever 2340. A 2340 is a trick that consists of rotating six and a half times in the air. Hiroto received an X Games Big Air gold medal for his daredevil trick. The Las Vegas Raiders have hired the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers executive, John Spikey, as the new general manager. John Spikey has played college football and also has a long history of working in the NFL. He was known for being director of college scouting for the Cleveland Browns, but rose to further prominence as national scout for the Denver Broncos in 2015. Back to you all.
Thanks, Tyrese, for the sports news. We will now take it over to Jermaine Smiley for our weather.
It's chilly now, but as the days pass, it'll get nice and warm. Stay tuned for our last look at weather.
Greetings, wonderful students of Hines Community College, Utica campus. I'm Delisha Banks, a proud multimedia journalist and reporter here at WJTV 12 News. The Radio and Television Production Broadcasting Technology program at Hines in Utica has prepared me for such a time as this. It's why I'm able to stand here today and talk to you. So if you would like to be like me someday, reporting the news and being a voice for the voiceless, make the right decision and choose Hines in Utica and choose the Radio and Television Production and Broadcasting Technology program.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our 7-day outlook, it's going to be mostly cloudy with slight showers for Thursday, and after that, the temperatures are going to steady rise. with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. So I will put those raincoats away, put those boots away, and prepare for our sunny weather. Are y'all ready for the weather to warm on up?
I'm sure not.
You're not?
No, what about you all?
I don't like the weather to be hot because it makes me all stuffy and such.
What about you?
Yeah, I really don't like the hot weather. It just makes me sweat too much.
Thank you for tuning to WHUC News 7 Newscast at 6 p.m. Remember to like us on all social media platforms.
And like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all things happening around the Hines campuses and in the world of news.
Tune in next time, same place, same time.